You have one unheard message.
Okay, it's 3 a.m. My shoes are gone. Was there, and my Uber rating is definitely a 0. You are not ready for this story.
Hi guys, it's Davis Rowe, and welcome back to another episode of It's Always Something. So, you guys can probably see if you're watching. You can see if you're not. If you're just listening, watch it because I make a lot of facial expressions. I have a great rack, and I'm in a cute little pink outfit. So, come join me on the visuals. Little fit check. I'm in this like IMG pink. We love the thumb holes. It's so comfy. Not sponsored. And then my shoes. I never get to wear these because I don't know why I don't really wear these, but they're maybe just hard to style. Balenciaga slip-ons. Very cool. And then I look like kind of homeless because I have like 45 bags with me because I take the train, and I went to an IMG little event today. Or when you're watching this, it won't be today. So like last week. And I was like carrying around all these bags and like bumping into people. And it's like, you know how the people who like collect all the, which like no shame to them, no shame in the game. You know, there's those people who they like will walk around to the trash cans, like collecting all the cans and the recyclables. I low-key looked like one of those. Them, not those. Not like that sounded mean. I look like I'm doing that, but instead of like a trash bag, it's like my cute little Fendi bag, you know? Slide. Okay. So that's my fit check. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Today, my main episode title today, like pretty much the sum of all of this, is friendship breakups. I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I feel like that is one of the most, in my book, like worst things in the world, honestly. Fuck a breaking up with a man. Breaking up with one of your best friends is like one of the saddest things to ever happen. Being in a fight with your friends, I hate it. I would take getting cheated on by a man I love 500 times over like not having my girls. And I have, as we know, I've lived in a lot of different schools. I've met a lot of different people, and I've had through my life a lot of friendship losses and a lot of fallouts and a lot of that. And I feel like it is one of the most like lonely things ever because if you are a normal person with a conscience, of course you're going to look at the situation and be like, well, what could I have done better? What did I do wrong in this situation? And I think that is a great way to look at the situation, but obviously it can be very lonely and very hurtful. So I think my kind of point of this episode is if you are going through anything with your girlfriends or constantly losing friends or fighting with people, I'm not saying you're perfect because no one's perfect and there is things you do wrong. But at the end of the day, if you are willing to learn from your mistakes and you're apologizing and you're admitting where you went wrong and trying to like navigate the situation and they're just like not wanting to hear you out and not giving a fuck, that is not your friend. I literally put in Urban Dictionary, which isn't that like not where you should get definitions from? I don't know. But I put in some definitions because I think they fucking eat. And let's talk about the difference in them. So first, I have the definition of a friend. Okay. A friend defines a friend as a person you trust, rely on for support, and share a strong bond with, often distinguished from mere acquaintances. They are someone who sticks with you, offers comfort, and is considered like family. And then I have the definition of a best friend. What could be the difference? Let's find out. A person who you can trust, someone who will be there for you no matter what, someone who cares about you. A best friend won't talk trash behind your back and won't lie or talk about you. So the line that really stuck out to me was no matter what. Why is that? Because listen, especially when you are in college and you are going through so many life changes, whether that is a new job or you lost a job or you don't have a job or you are going through something in life and a family member's sick or you are just going through it or you're in college 20 years old and are going out and drinking every weekend, like there's bound to be shit that happens. And I've had the shit. I've been through the shit. And I've had the friends that leave and I've had the friends who stick by my side. And it's just like if you were to sit there and call someone a best friend, clearly you really like this person. If you're sitting there and calling someone your best friend and like you don't like their morals and you don't like this and you low-key hate them, like that's not your fucking friend, that's your enemy, bro. Like what the fuck are you doing, you know? And I just think there's so many friendships and so many best friends, and it's just like you're really gonna call yourself that and then you go and talk shit on her. And something I've learned, and I've learned it the hard way, and my mother has said it to me my entire life, is if Becky is talking shit on Sally, she's talking shit on you too. What does that mean? If you have a friend who is constantly talking shit on all of her other friends, she is talking shit on you too. And I think me and Maddie are a great example of this. Maddie has not been in my friend group through college. Like we've had separate friends, but we've always been best friends, but we've had our separate friends and we've always kind of gone to each other about any issues we're having with anyone and just like talking about it. And when I go to Maddie and I have an issue with a friend, like it rarely is me just being like, fuck this, fuck that. It's me being like, hey, like I'm fighting with my friend. I'm upset about this. Like, what do you think of the situation? Like, how can I better the situation? How can I fix this? What am I doing wrong? And I think it is just so crazy to me how so many people will get in a fight with their friend and strictly look for what the person did wrong. Like, why do you want to be fighting with your friend? Like, personally, when I'm in a fight with my friend, like, I almost want to be wrong. When it comes to a man, it is a complete different story. Like, you are wrong. Like, regardless if I, like, actually fucked your dad, you're still wrong. But when it comes to a friend, like, I think people just need to be a little more lenient with everything. I think, like, people are almost, me and Maddie were talking about this the other day, how people almost tend to have, like, I don't know if self-respect would be the word because I don't think you can ever have too much self-respect. But some people act like you are their like father and you have to like sit there and goddamn obey. No, you're friends. Like shit happens. People mess up. People do things they're not proud of. And if you're going to hold it against your friend for doing one wrong thing, again, that was never your fucking friend. So why are me and Maddie a perfect example of this? Because me and Maddie rarely fight. But when we do fight, we fight, okay? We're literally like sisters. We have our big fights. And the other night, me and Maddie went out and we got really drunk. What? Shocker, I know, okay? And we were really drunk, and then all of a sudden, we're going into this bar, and I am behind the DJ booth, naturally. Me and a bunch of my girlfriends, we like made our way upstairs, we get behind the DJ booth, and all of a sudden, where's Maddie? And why, where's Maddie? Let me explain Maddie to you, with Maddie not here. We will be walking. Like, you know, when, say you're at a rave. If you've ever been to a rave, you know, like you grab onto your friends, you walk through the crowd, like you are in elementary school holding on to that rope crossing the street. Like you hold on to each other, you do not let go. Okay. And now we'll put it in terms of a bar. You're walking through a bar, you're trying to get to your table, or you're trying to get like, you know, all to one area to convene. We'll be walking and you're keeping up with the person who's in front of you. Okay. What does Maddie do? There's a mirror. Oh my God, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to mog and take 45 mirror selfies. Okay. And she does that as she fucking should. Right. But then she's like, oh my God, wait, where'd everyone go? Okay, so that was kind of a scenario that happened. And obviously me being drunk and me being sometimes a fucking bitch. What? Shocker. I know, okay? It happens. I text her, I'm like, where the fuck are you? Like, where are you? You know? And then I walk outside and she's like, I couldn't get it. Well, why did I walk outside? Because she's like, wait, I couldn't get into the bar. I'm like, what? So I go outside and I find her outside. And who else did I find outside? Like this boy she's been hooking up with. And then I see the boy and I'm like, wait, if you're here, like Maddie must be nearby. Like, where's she at? And he was like, she's over there. She's low-key crashing out because she can't get in the bar. Like, you need to go talk to her. Because listen, like, people get upset about weird shit. Like, I do it all the time. You do it all the time, whatever. So she was upset. She couldn't get in the bar. So fucking valid. And was like having a little moment. So I go to talk to her. And we were really drunk for this story, okay? And she's like, did you just hook up with my sneaky link? And I'm like, bro, when, where? And she's like, I saw you talking to him. Like, were you guys hooking up? Like, what are you talking about? The best part about this story, by the way, is let me paint the picture for you. Okay. Me and her are sitting there like screaming at each other over fucking nonsense. We're two drunk bitches in a fight. Whatever. It happens. Okay. But why this is so funny is, let me paint the picture in terms of other people. Okay. The bystanders. The bystanders are just, you know, maybe people waiting to get into this bar. It's these boys, okay? They're in a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops. We live in SoCal, okay? The girls, they are in sneakers, if that. Like, I wouldn't even, like, boots maybe. Like, I wouldn't even say people in San Diego, like, wear out boots. Like, yeah, in LA or, like, Miami. But, like, San Diego, it's, like, especially the going out scene is really chill. Or just especially, I guess, the day-to-day life. Like, you're usually not even wearing fucking shoes or a top. Like, goddamn, it's, like, a shirtless place. But especially when you're going out, it's very casual outfits. But one thing about me and one thing about my girl Maddie is we've never understood the word casual. Casual drinking, casual dressing, casual. I don't know, okay? And everyone else, the girls, they're in like jeans and like maybe a baby tee, or they're like literally in their bikinis from surfing earlier and then threw a t-shirt on and went out. Like that is the vibe. What are me and Maddie in? I am in these knee-high pink fluffy boots with a matching mini pink dress. Maddie is in my Herve Lager. I don't even know how you fucking say that shit. And these like suede brown cowgirl boots that have like fringe hanging off. Like very Isabel Marant vibes. Because Isabel Marant, baby, it's not at the bins, okay? So we're in that. We're fucking stunting. And we are just like like we literally have people come up to us. I didn't know, like I had a few shots, so maybe I shouldn't have taken this as a backhanded compliment. Because honestly, like something I've learned from my mom is my mom, like if a girl's looking, like my mom's like, that fucking bitch is judging me. And my dad's like, have you ever thought maybe she's looking at you like, oh my God, I really like her outfit? No, my mom has never thought of that. Okay. And that's something I've learned from her in the flip of it is like, okay, maybe if someone's like doing something, it's not always negative. Like if someone comes up and makes a comment, like why is the first thing you assume that they mean it in a mean way? Maybe they don't, okay? But some girl came up to us literally at the bars and was like, did you guys like come from somewhere else? Like what's with the outfits? And I was like, bitch, I came from my house, like the runway. What do you mean? Where'd you come from? The zoo? No, I'm kidding. See, that's when the meanness comes in. No, that was okay, whatever. But to paint the picture, we are sitting there like screaming at each other in our pink fluffy outfits. Like, talk about causing a scene. Okay. So she's telling me I fucked her man. I'm telling her she needs fucking mental help. We're screaming. And then I like call my ex-boyfriend and well, naturally, obviously. And then I'm screaming at him and I'm like, you need to help me. Like, she's being crazy. And then he's like, actually, like, why are you calling me? Like, you literally are insane. Okay. So then he hangs up on me. So then I'm just like, my best friend, I can't go home and hang out with my best friend. I can't go home and get dick. What the fuck do I do? Naturally, what the fuck do I do? So I went home and I smoked like actually probably 4 joints. Okay. And then I passed the fuck out. I wake up and not only did I stop sharing my location with my dear friend Maddie, I blocked her. I mean, she said I was trying to fuck one of her men. Like, sorry, I'm going to block you, you know? Okay. And then we wake up in the morning and I call her and I'm blocked. Also, one thing about Maddie is she does not block people. Like her ex-boyfriend cheated on her and she just doesn't interact with him. Like it's honestly like she's just sick. Like she just is a cool person and like she'll have a falling out with someone and she'll just like not talk to them ever again. Like she doesn't like I'm queen of the dramatics. Like I'm blocking you. I'm blocking your mom. I'm blocking you on my burner account. I'm blocking you on email. Like I'm not even making a joke. Like I've like any ex I've had, like I've blocked them on email multiple times, you know, like shit. I love the block button. Like bring back the block button. I don't know if the block button ever left, but it did. If it did, like I'm leaving with it, you know? Maddie does not block people. As I said, her ex-boyfriend, like literally still has him on Snapchat, like just because it's almost in a way where she's like, wait, I don't even want to give them the like satisfaction of blocking them. Like whatever. She had me blocked. And so I was like, oh my God, is this like kind of bad? Like what's going on? Then I text her. Like, how did he? Oh, I texted her on Snapchat. I texted this bitch on Snapchat because I'm blocked. I'm like, did you block me? And she was like, wait, I don't know what happened. Like, I'm really sorry. I was really drunk. And I'm like, okay. But then instead of like, this is where the like good, the friendship thing comes in. Why I think like we're the picture perfect friendship. It's because like shit's gonna happen. You're gonna get mad. Things like that are gonna happen. And 1, I'm not gonna keep her blocked. 2, I'm not gonna sit there and like ridicule this bitch because we had too many tequila shots and then got in a fight over something stupid. But you know who would? A lot of people. A lot of people, everything is so deep. How could you do that? And this one, it goes into people almost like, I don't want to use the term self-respect, but it's almost people like hold themselves too high where they think like, oh my God, you cannot treat me like that. You cannot do this. And listen, of all people, I'm the last person to say ever let someone treat you less than you're worth then. But at the same time, like shit happens. People make mistakes. And it's not like I woke up in the morning and was like, yeah, like that was so normal of me to block you and tell you like, fuck you. Like, no, obviously I don't think that was the kindest and most proper thing to do. But does she think it was the best thing to do to try and convince me I was making out with some beater? No, it wasn't, you know, tit for fucking tat. And something about her is like, we just have the most like mature conversations. Like we talk about it. Like I say, oh, hey, this is what upset me. This is how I feel. Like completely open for conversation. Like, am I wrong? Like whatever. And we just have a very mature relationship in terms of like, we're going to get in fights. We acknowledge that. Like, we're going to get upset. We're going to do stupid things sometimes. But at the end of the day, like, that's my friend. Let's go back to our definition, please. No matter what. Like, that is my best friend. So, in terms of Urban Dictionary, best friend means no matter what. And I feel like people take that term so lightly. Like, the amount of best friends I've had that, like, you get in one fight and it's just, like, awkward or it's over or you're not speaking. And it's like, if you were to get into a fight with a friend and they are to not speak to you for weeks after or do something after, I just think that speaks volumes. It's almost good that fight happened because I think when you get in an argument, that's bound to happen. That's life. You're going to get in arguments with people, but I think how you react to it says everything about the friendship. It really does. And I've had friends who you do something you're not proud of or you act in a certain way and they're just fucking out. If they are leaving that fucking easily, like you did not want them to begin with, let me just tell you. So I think we just use the word best friend too lightly and people are just have a stick up their ass and you need to learn that people make mistakes. And listen, it's not like I did that and me and her were both like, wait, that was like just a normal Saturday. No, we both obviously clocked each other and we're like, hey, this and that. But at the end of the day, like, you don't want to be fighting with your friend. If you want to be fighting with your friend and you're like enjoying your time apart, like you weren't friends. Like me and Maddie want to be together every single second. Like those 2 minutes, like I was like, oh my God, I miss you. Like I miss you. Like I literally was blocked for 2 minutes. And then like on Monday when we were like laughing about this and talking about it, I was showing her like 45 things that happened in the 5 seconds we like weren't talking, you know? And it's like, I miss you. Wait, I had this juice cleanse I found at Ralph's. I had this, I had that. And it's like, even a minute apart, like I miss her. Like I'm in LA right now. She's in San Diego. Like I miss her, you know? I have in my life many times have had friends and then we stop being friends. And every single time, I don't think it's ever been something that's like worth losing a friend. Like if I'm to stop being friends with someone who I consider a best friend, like you know damn well they did something really fucked up. But also in that same breath, it's like I don't think I would be best friends with someone who would do something intentionally really fucked up. And I just think people are so just quick to get rid of people. It's like, I even think of in terms of my family, of like the stuff like I've done. And do you think my parents are disowning me? No. Because one, like we're blood and like, you know, like I came out of my mom's fucking vagina. She's not just gonna like abort me, you know, it's too late for that. But it's like they know I have a good heart. They know I have good intentions. And I wouldn't even be friends with someone who I didn't like their morals. I didn't think they were a good person. So if they are doing something that doesn't align with that person I'm friends with and doesn't align with their morals that I thought they had, like I almost want to do the opposite of stopping their friend and I want to like help them. I want to be like, hey, like let's walk through this. Like let's talk about it. And I just think it's so normal now to get in a fight with someone and just blame and defend. How about you sit there, you put your fucking guard down and you both like talk about what happened? Because as I say all the time, it's everyone's first time living too. Like even if I'm to call my mom and ask for advice, like that doesn't mean her answer is right. It really doesn't. It's an opinion. At the end of the day, pretty much everything is an opinion. It's never like this is going to work. This is the golden ticket. So I don't know. I just think people are so quick to cut people out of their lives. And if it's so easy to cut them out of your life, then were they really that important to begin with? Probably not. I know something we've heard our whole lives from your parents or your mom or your like your mentor, whoever it may be, is like, oh, they're just jealous. Oh, they're just jealous. And I feel like for the longest time, I never really understood what that meant because it's like, wait, jealous of what? Like they're jealous because they think I'm pretty. And it's like, that's really not what it means. Usually it's like, it's so much deeper than that and it's so much more underlying than that to the point where it's like there's so much that happens behind the scenes and especially as someone who's a senior in college it's like we're all trying to figure it out. We're all about to graduate right now and like I even see it in like the relationships I try and have with men where it's like I'm sitting here, you know, like knowing what I want to do with my life, which you would think would be such an easy thing. Cause it's like when you're little, like, and you're in fifth grade or not fifth grade, kindergarten, you like hold up a piece of paper with what you want to do when you're older, you know? So it's always been like, oh, it's easy. Like, what do you want to do? Just do it. But it's like, that is so much easier said than done to not only like find what you want to do, but then like actually do it and like realize you're passionate about it. Because there's so many things I thought I wanted to do with my life. And then I test the water. Like, I thought I wanted to go into San Diego State as a nursing major. No, I did not want to do that, you know? And it's a lot of trial and error. And especially at this time in my life, something I've noticed is like, I am someone who knows what I want to do. I am someone who like kind of has my career figured out. And that's like something that's so scary for a lot of people. And I think when someone does have it figured out, it almost like it can start resentment. It can start, that's when I think the quote of like, oh, jealousy can be an ugly thing and they're just jealous can come into play. And again, I don't think it's a jealousy thing that people even acknowledge. Like, I don't think they're sitting there being like, I wish I was her. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's almost jealousy in a way, like a self-reflection thing where they're like, oh, well, why don't I have this? Why don't I have it figured out like that? And a lot of the times it really is projection and it really is people just like confused in their own day-to-day life that they're just like, honestly, again, to use the word jealous of like what you have and that you have it figured out and you know what's going on. And it's even like the fact like, not like I'm big balling out here wiping my ass with hundreds, but most of the men that I like have like, you know, had a thing with and I start to like want to date, it's like, wait, I am making more money than you. Again, it's not like I'm wiping my ass with hundreds, but it's like, that's normal. Like it's normal to be a senior in college and not know what you want to do. Like I would honestly say I'm abnormal, that I do know what I want to do. And I feel like that is like, not like not personally with my girlfriends has created a lot of a toll, but with men relationships it has, because men like to be the breadwinners. Men like to be the one who are like doing it out and figuring it out. And I'm just someone who personally has always like, even before this, like known what I wanted, went after it, and like done shit for myself. And when it comes to relationship with a man, they like hate that in a way. And it's really weird. And then to correlate that with girls, I think it really is hard to find friends, something I've noticed, that aren't competitive with you. And it's like, I've never really understood that, because I've always been someone who like wants great things for me, obviously, but honestly, like wants even better things for my friends. And I think it's also easy to say that when you are in a position where stuff good is happening to you. And I can imagine how being in a position where like you aren't living your dreams and you're not fully at a place you thought you would be at that time in your life, how that can start to like take a toll on your relationships, because you start to resent people who do have the things you want. And I just think jealousy and resentment can be one of the most ugly things. But I also don't think that's a reason to like let it take a toll on your friendship. I think that's something you need to acknowledge, but it's also something you could never say to another person. It's like, I can't say to you, oh, this is what I think it is, and fucking like diagnose you. And I think it's something you need to acknowledge in yourself, and like maybe take a step back and let that person figure it out for themselves. Because not only are they going to not be happy until it works out for them, if you do it for them and they don't make it happen for themselves, they're going to be just as unhappy and feel just as unfulfilled. And I think it's a really weird time in our lives, as like I'm graduating, all of my friends are graduating, and we're all figuring it out. I think it's just a time for like, it really is everyone for themselves and super cutthroat. And I think it's important to have people who are super close to you and friends who, like not only like support you, but are there when you are at your fucking lowest. Everyone's going to be there when you're at the top. Everyone's going to be there at the top. But who's going to be there when you're at the fucking bottom? Not a lot of people. And it's important to acknowledge who those people are. And it's a scary world. And honestly, just restate that statement. Like, it is a scary fucking world. Like, people are mean. People are jealous. At the end of the day, like, people really do just put themselves first. And I feel like I've learned that the hard way. So if you can find friends and people who genuinely like root for you and are on your team, whether you are at the top or the way fucking bottom, like, hold on to those people. And I think it's also important. It's like a plant. You have to water those friendships. Like, I've been in so many friendships where it's like give, and they will just fucking take. And at some point, like, I don't blame them for taking. If someone was giving to me, like, shit, I'm not gonna return to sender. I'm gonna accept it. And it's like, I think it's important to find those friendships where you both like water each other's plant. Like, I don't even know what else to call it, but like grow together and support each other. And like, people are gonna have down times, and it's important to like not judge them and just be there for them and support them in those times and understand. And I feel like something I've learned at the age of 21 is like, I have a lot of friends. Yeah, I have a fuck ton of friends, but do I have a lot of like best friends and people who are there? No, not really. And those ones I do, like, you need to water that plant. You need to show you appreciate them. You need to return the favor. You need to be a good friend. And I don't even think a good friend means like just listening to them when they cry. I think it honestly means going above and beyond. I feel like we've lost the like culture of being a good friend. And the quote I'm going to say first before I get into it is like, if it is important to you, it should be important to them. Even if it feels small to them and it's the biggest deal in the world to you, it should be a big deal to them too. And I remember a few Sundays ago, like, I was so anxious, just having like the worst hangover of my life, and was like so anxious and just like wanted to be around people. And I remember I called like a handful of people. I was like, hey, can we hang out? Like, I just don't want to be alone. And listen, I'm not asking them to like, like low-key, maybe I am. I was going to say, I'm not asking them to like fully drop everything and like wipe my tears themselves. But it's like, I know personally, if one of my friends was to sit there and be like, I'm so anxious, like I don't want to be alone, unless I was like on the moon or like in fucking Bible study, like I'd be there, And there's just like, I feel like not a lot of people who understand that and like go out of their way for people. Something I've realized in this world is a lot of people just are really fucking selfish, and there are very few people who are just like really good fucking friends. And I also think like being a good friend to people is just like the bare goddamn minimum. Like, people will sit there and think they are the best friend in the world. And it's like, well, why? Actually, why? Because if I'm crying, you'll listen to me. Okay, I'm sure the hobo on the side of the street would too. It's the same way in a relationship with a boy. Like, you guys say, oh, like, you need to like, he should be buying you flowers. He should be getting you little gifts. Like, it's not just about like going to dinner and feeding each other each week. It's about like going above and beyond, writing a little handwritten note here and there. Again, I'm not saying you should go scissor your friend and write a handwritten note for her. I think a relationship, and when I say relationship, I'm not talking friend, I'm talking like relationship, whatever sex that is, whatever way you swing, doesn't fucking matter. I think that should be so similar to your relationship you have with your best friend. Like, I think you really should be like, I don't even know, like, personally, this is what I do. Like, I all the time will, like, if I see something, and maybe it's just because my love language is gift giving, but like, even as little as like seeing a TikTok and it reminds me of my friend, I send it. But also, if I'm like in a store and I'm not saying, oh my God, like this new Chanel she'd love, fuck, I'm sure she would. Goddamn, like, she'd have to goddamn eat me out to deserve that and everything in between. I'm saying like a little Hello Kitty pen, and you know your friend loves Hello Kitty. Like, I'd buy it for her. I'd do little things. I just feel like we have lost the touch of like understanding what being a good friend means and actually like watering that plant and doing things that like show you care, because as I said, it's a cruel fucking world. And you got to know some people are in your corner, and you honestly don't know. You don't. Like, people can say, oh my God, I'm your best friend. Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, I'd always be here. But until it comes down to it, something you're going to realize, and I've learned the fucking hard way, is they won't. They won't. And at the end of the day, you really like, I hate to say, oh, you really do only have yourself, but you do. My mom is very herself. Like, very herself, I'm saying in terms of like marches on her own path. Like, really, like, if she's having a bad day, like, she's not calling someone to make her feel better. Like, if she's having a bad day, like, bitch goes to the gym and gets a facial. Like, it's her own speed. That's how she's been. But my mom has just kind of always done her own thing, you know? And like, if I'm to call my mom, be like, oh my God, this is happening, and whine to her, like, she's gonna be like, bro, like, figure it out. Like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to say, you know? Like, same way when I was calling my friends, being like, I'm so anxious, I'm so hungover. She was like, bro, like, figure it the fuck out. So again, and I'm not saying that means she doesn't love me or whatever, but it's like, at the end of the day, if I'm to call her and be like, wait, hey, I need you. Like, I am so upset. I need you. Like, she would be there. Another really good point made by yours truly is forgiving someone who messed up and did something wrong isn't about not having self-respect and like standing your ground. I honestly think it's about being selfless and understanding. Like, I think we need to acknowledge like people are human and people fuck up. And if you are to go through one little phase or one little fuck up and everyone just like scatters and runs away, like, honestly, good. Like, don't let the door hit you on the way out, because there's been many times I've done things I'm not proud of, you know, and that's what's for me differentiates a friend versus a best friend, of someone who's gonna like sit there and be like, wait, that was fucked up. Like, you need to fix that. Like, you need to do better, instead of being like, yeah, that was fucked up. Bye. What? Like, then you never gave a fuck. It's like Maddie will sit there and be like, wait, that was fucked up, and we're gonna talk about how you can be better, how you cannot do that again, and then where we can go from here, you know? That's just like something that I've always really respected. Something I always think about, and this might be like the randomest thing ever, and maybe will only make sense in my brain, but I feel like it's like low key, like, I deserve a Grammy for this, honestly. So, everything I've been talking about today on this episode, think about it in terms of a TV show, okay? And that's also something that I feel like I think a lot of TV shows have created this false narrative. Like, I always watched Friends growing up, or How I Met Your Mother, and it's like this big group of friends that all is there for you and cares, and whether you do this, like, think about it. Think about the worst episode in Friends where like Monica like literally fucked Rachel's husband. Did that happen? I don't know. But even if it did, if that happened in episode 3, I know damn well I'm not saying like if your friend is like fucking your man, like bye. Like, honestly, bye, no excuse. Listen, I'm not saying to like confide in her and be like, well, why did you do that? We can work on this. Obviously, there's a line and there's a clear fucking line, but I think sometimes people are too wishy-washy with the line, is honestly my point, is like, there's a line. You either crossed it or you fucking didn't, okay? And if Monica and Rachel were to get in this huge fight in episode 3, I'm just naming something random, season 6, episode 3, are you telling me that you would really think by episode 7, like, Monica's not in the show anymore, or they're not friends anymore? No, because that's not how in shows life works. It's, you have problems and you fix it. Like, the cast of Friends, we always knew, regardless of what happened, like, that was going to be the same cast in the last episode. Like, they were still going to be the same friends. Yeah, maybe some of them had a little beef or a little drama, but at the end of the day, like, that was the group in the beginning and that was the group in the end. And I think it's created a false narrative of like, oh wow, like, if you have a friend group and you're all friends, like, that is forever. And it really isn't. And do I think it should be? Absolutely. But do I think it is? And have I learned the hard way it isn't? Yes. And that's my point here. And how I think about it in terms of like the TV show aspect is like, people are going to get in fights. Like there's going to be the main character and they're going to get in fights, but never would I ever think like, oh, these two characters get in a fight and they're just like never going to be friends again. And even if that does happen, it's like, okay, they're not friends for a few episodes and then they reconvene, you know? But yeah, I think TV shows have really made us think it's like the most normal thing ever to have like a group of friends who are all happy and all love each other. But it's like, as I've said so many times in my life, I've went to 4 different high schools. I've been in college for 4 years, and I can sit here and say like I do know a lot of friend groups, but are they all like actually like happy running off into the sunset and not all like sitting there talking shit on each other? Like no. And I hate to say it, I wish that wasn't the truth, but it honestly is. I just personally think there is a lot of not good friends out there. So if you do have a good friend and you acknowledge you have a good friend and you love that friend, water that plant, keep them around, be a good friend to them, listen to them, work with them. Everyone is different. And something I've learned is I love being friends with people who are different than me. You would think, oh, well, you don't have anything in common. You're not compatible. Fuck that. I think being friends with someone who you are different than can teach you more than you could ever be taught. Like my sister, me and my sister are polar opposites, and that has taught me so much. If I had a sister who was just like me, like what would I learn? Like, you know, like I've already learned it through me. You know, I feel like being friends with people you are different than is the most beautiful thing because you can respect those differences, you can learn from those differences, and you can just like open your eyes to a whole new perspective, honestly, because every person has different perspectives. Everyone who's different sees the world differently. And I think that is one of the most beautiful things. And I think a lot of the times people are like, oh, we're different, we're not going to get along. Well, I think that's one of the best things ever because you could learn so much from that person. You could take away something you've never thought about or do something you've never thought you would like. Like, you know, my sister will take me to like the book club and I'm like, what? I hate this. But then it's like, you know, wait, actually, you can find something you are passionate about with their interests and learn from them and learn from that. It's the same way that TV shows, I feel like, made us think, or movies when we were little, that there's like not only just one Prince Charming running around, but so many, you know? And I feel like in TV shows, they always have the boyfriend or the cute boys. Where are they in real life? Like, where are these Prince Charmings? Where are these men? Like, most men, and again, no hate to the men. Like, I'm not even like sitting here. No, I am probably sitting here shitting on them. But it's like, I feel like there's just so many false narratives that teach you so much in life. And one of those especially is like, oh, men, you'll find your Prince Charming. Like, where? You know, I've been on this earth 21 years. I'm yet to find like a respectable man who actually like lives up to like what I've seen in the movies, you know? And I feel like all of my friends could agree. I feel like a bunch of my friends who are even older and are like trying to settle down. And it's like, okay, is he fine? Like, does he beat you? No. But is that really the bare minimum here? Like, is that the bar? Is that the bar? And it seems to be. It's like when you have kids, if you're to marry a man and have children and they're to do one thing that was fucked up, like you're going to abort them? No. And obviously, like, there are people who have like actual issues. Like, if you're to have a child and he like genuinely is like murdering people, like, get him help. Like, obviously, that is a different story. Like, some people like do need help. But also, again, it goes with the line thing. Like, that is a line being crossed. If you have a kid who's like a mass murderer, like, check him into therapy. Like, that's not the time where it's like, well, let's sit and talk. Like, clearly you're a good person. No, clearly they need help. They're not a good person, you know? But most people, I feel like, are a good person, like, want to be a good person. You know, I don't think anyone wakes up every day and is like, I want to be the worst person ever, because I can't feel good internally, you know? You got to realize people are going to do things that are fucked up, or people are going to do things they're not proud of. And I'm not saying let your friends walk all over you, or I'm not saying take shit from anyone, but you sometimes have to meet people where they're at and realize that people are having bad days, people have a bad week, and if you are to just be like, oh, well, fuck you, fuck that, you're the fucked up one, okay? You are. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have people in your life who you fucking love and love them hard and keep them around and realize shit happens, people fuck up, people do things they're not proud of, and if you hold that against them, you're just as bad as what they did, you know? Um, Everything is a learning lesson, honestly. And me and Maddie are gonna have fights, we're gonna have problems, but at the end of the day, we're also gonna be best friends, you know? And it isn't the first time we had a drunk fight, and it most definitely won't be the last, you know? I think it's all about just meeting people where they're at sometimes. And sometimes that's drunk on the floor after 14 tequila shots. And you know what? I'd rather be the friend drunk on the floor with them than the friend being like, what the fuck are you doing? You know? And that's just one thing about me. But I love you guys. You're the best. Go get drunk with your best friends. Give them a little kiss. Buy them a little present. You can find me on Instagram at Davis row _ You can find me on YouTube at Davis-Row. You can find me on TikTok as Diva Davis. And as always, my DMs are always open. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.